So I'm trying to tell this story and just like a short version of the story. But I did a video on here that says the Chronicles of Pickleball. And I actually set the court up, used a program animation and set the court up with the players. And myself saying to this other player, debate going back and forth, an argument going back and forth, but it doesn't come across how it really happened. But I ended the video saying, "Don't kick the ball to Wayne because if you kick the ball to Wayne, he'll call you a bitch." So I think in the title, I'm not gonna go through it right now, but I think in the title it says, "You bitch," and then you hear the character say, "You bitch." So my point is, this happened maybe 3 years ago, and this man, once men treat me a certain way, I'm not in a relationship with you. When we're not in a relationship, who are you to address me or talk to me any particular way you just feel like it? I am so not for that. So I could tell you story after story after story after story, and eventually I will. And I've told some stories already, and I've done recordings, I just haven't put them out. But I call it the Chronicles of Pickleball. And playing pickleball, there's been so many white men that have verbally come at me in a very verbally abusive manner and giving me orders and telling me what I can and can't do and how I'm supposed to do it. So to me, if you don't really know me and you don't know what I'm capable of, that you're going to address me in that matter? Who the hell are you? You're basically some nobody trying to be somebody in my world. And I've said that before, and I used to say to the students, don't let a nobody try to be somebody in your world. And society and their mentality that because I'm African American, that it's, I'm trying to say this in a slightly politically correct way. But after an incident happened, the woman said, I hope you don't go, when you go out to the parking lot, I don't hear any pops, no, I don't hear any, oh, what does she call it? Basically, she was saying she didn't hear any sound happening, I don't want to hear any explosions happening or any pops happening, some words to that effect. So it gave the impression that I was going to come back in. I was leaving the building and I was going to come back in the building with a gun or, like do some harm to someone. So, and I remember a woman a friend, she was like, I'm surprised you never came out and shot up people after all the experiences that you've had. And I told this to my mother and she was disgusted. I even told that to a friend and they were like, she actually said that to you? And they knew who the person was. I said, yeah, she actually said that to me. Now let's get something clear. You actually are gonna, number one, most of the time when they're showing people harming other people, shooting up a building, there was always white people. I'm sorry, when people get upset, they would show the white people going to this school, that school, the other school, and shooting up people and then killing a lot of little kids and all this stuff and some of their classmates. They weren't showing stories like that with black people. They would show the stories with the drive-bys, the gangbangers, that them being just shooting up guns and whatnot, what have you. It wasn't some like, okay, with white people there in the building for a while and the building's got to be in a lockdown. That's how they started lockdowns. It wasn't because of black people, it was because of the white people. And the few people, one or two times, a person of color. And when I saw the first person of color, they looked like they were biracial, like they had a white mother and a black father. I don't care whether people get upset or not. But like when people say, we don't really talk about these things, why would any child go and why would you take a gun and go? And then a lot of these people at times had some mental disability or whatever, some mental health issues. And they were angry. You go into the school and somebody bullied you, you take your fist and you punch them in their face. They have a movie, I can't remember totally the name of the movie. The boy came home with the other boys, African-American boy, or some boy that looked like he was of African descent, and he was with two other boys. And the boys had taken his lunch money. They had beat him or whatever. So, and my brother was the one who sent me the video. So he comes home and the mother said, here, she gave him sock, and inside of it, rocks or whatever she had in there. And she said, "Now you better go. I'm gonna take you back to that park, and you better handle your business. Because if you don't, I'm gonna handle you." Words to that effect. Now, African American parents that I know of, that they ain't gonna let their kids be like bullied. They said, my mama said it to my grandmother, said it to my mama, and my mama said it to me, and I didn't call her mama either. But however, the point was either you better beat that person up and they better look worse than you by the time the fight is over with. Because if you don't beat them up, I'm gonna beat you up. So same thing, it's a African or excuse me, American thing, or people of culture that look like me that basically, honey, baby doll, you ain't letting somebody beat you up. Oh, hells to the no. And be leaving marks. Oh, hells to the no. So I wouldn't give my child a sock with something inside the sock and beat the other two boys. But he did. He took out them two boys, and they stopped bothering him after that. I would have my child use their fists. I'm sorry. Ah, you would use your fist. I'm sorry, without a shadow of a doubt, without a shadow of a doubt. And when my mother used to come to the school, those teachers would run. She would run. All they saw was a black woman, and she came. They would run, they would hide. They wouldn't come to the meeting that the principal had with my mother because somebody came to bother me and I stood up for myself. My mother was never punishing me for standing up for myself. She punished me if I was disrespectful, but she never punished me for doing what she told me to do. You better handle the business. And I really didn't handle it that much. Unfortunately, I wish, oh God, oh Lord, I said this to people before. I wish I'd have gotten more fights in school. Oh, because you used to be able to get away with it. You weren't able. They didn't take you to jail back then. Nah, baby dog. Nah, the principal just had you some sit. After school, they always punished me. They always made sure they punished me. Oh, without a doubt. But the little bitch that came up in my face, they weren't punishing them. But that's a whole other story. So at any rate, so they were scared of my mother. Let's just put it that way. So you grow up, you have a strong grandmother, and the woman was short. She was short, but she was a badass. She was tall, short woman who was real tall. You were scared of her. And when people would be like, well, maybe people are intimidated by you. Well, that's your problem. That's not mine, because I'm not trying to intimidate you. But I've learned to make my body language show that, hey, hi, if you don't let, especially when there are people, I'm not bothering you. I'm not someone coming along looking for a fight. People think that they have a right to control me. All I have to do is walk in the room. I mean, like I showed you basically, but if I'm walking in the room, I'm walking in the room like this. So either people think, and I say to people, do people think I'm a punk? Do they think I'm weak? I mean, like, what do I give off? And people usually look at me like, girl, I don't think you weak at all. We definitely don't think you. But every now and then, there's usually some person that just thinks that I'm just. And I think it's funny when later on they thought that you actually thought I was weak. When you've seen me in my worst, you still haven't seen me. When you've seen me in my best, you still haven't seen me, honey. Don't think. Don't think. You think you're wrong. You're thinking wrong. But that's your problem. That's your problem, not mine. But at any rate, so essentially, why would you go and shoot up a whole school? The whole school didn't bother you. Who cares if you're angry? That's it. But you're making those people more like they're worth more than you. They're more important than you are. Why would you do that? Those bullies about you would go after them bullies that bothered you. Next time they step to you, you better take them out. Do your best. I shouldn't say take them out because that sounds wrong. Take them down. You better take them down because they better be on the ground, if you know what I'm saying. So no, 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 and no again. Don't give up your life for some nobody who's trying to be somebody in your world. You don't take a gun. You use your fists. What do you think they're there for? You don't kill, just you attach yourself to all these people. Attach these cords from one person to another. It's disgusting. Why would you want to be bonded to all these people? No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. No. So my mother always told me, you don't throw the first punch You throw the second, the third, and all after that. Not the first. No. You wait till people, even people said to me, self-defense, self-defense, self-defense. When I was playing pickleball, some man went like this with the paddle that I had. I so wanted to whack that paddle across his head. Oh, Lord, have mercy. Oh, my Jesus. Oh, God. Oh. Whew. I so wanted to whack that paddle across that man's head. People look at me and they think I'm younger than what I am, but he was definitely older than me. He could have even been old enough to be my father. But anyway, still in all, I ain't this little young chickadee at times that people think I am. But just because I'm getting older, I like them old ladies. They'll pick up that cane and they'll knock you across your skull with it, knock you in your behind, your shoulders. And oh, I like those type of old ladies. Yes, I do. If I get old, please, Lord, let me be one of them type of old ladies. Nah. Been too nice in life, too nice, just too nice. Let too many people shit on me, piss on me, beat on me. Oh, nah. If only. But I'm supposed to be nice here, not show my dark side, be nice here. You know what I'm saying? So the miracle, where's the miracle? So, the miracle. But just to make a point, the racism of the white woman, where the bias of the white woman, where she's going to talk about she hopes she don't hear anything in the parking lot, or hope I'm going to sit out there to wait for them to come out. What I look like? I'm stupid. I ain't part of no gang. Nah, honey. Nah, baby doll. Nah. I'm a part of God's clan. So my mother always said, you leave it in God's hand. You hold your hands up to God. You got clean hands. You ain't got no blood on your hands. You let God take care of it, honey. Because once they do, honey, you're going to remember that for sure. And like I tell people, I pray to God and the devil, may one of them kick you in your ass and kick you in your ass, but good, because you remember it. So the woman did do the miracle. She was kind, and I call it a miracle because someone actually stood up for me, really stood up for me, and didn't be like a coward. Oh my God, that they actually had a spine? Whoa, a husband and a wife. Whoa. I mean, like, I can't believe it. But the Lord still has to teach these people a lesson. Still teach them a lesson. And it's coming. Because they be like, oh, you have to reach out to the angels. They see, they hear your prayers and whatnot, what have you. So I'm waiting to see how they handle it too. Because I'm going to start believing in miracles when I see what they've done. And I've asked them numerous times. So I'm waiting. But the miracle for the day. So the man on Wednesday, he starts coming at me where he feels he's the god of that place. Because you always have to have someone who thinks that their dick is bigger than everybody else's, their titties are bigger than everybody else's, their vagina is tighter or bigger or looser, whatever they want it to be, less hairy than everyone else's. And like I said, society has to always, everything is a game, a joke. You come into the place, you're not bothering people, but if you don't smile, you got to smile. Well, you need to smile. People have to tell you, why do people always have to control you? You need to smile. They tell a joke, you must laugh. If it's not funny, I'm not laughing. If I'm not having fun, I'm not laughing. You're not there to control me. I'm here to play a game and have some exercise. If you're funny, I'll laugh. If you're not, I don't have to. I don't feel like to smile. I'm not, again, a little nigga, a little hyena. No, that is not me. So at any rate, it becomes a thing of, again, someone has to control you. I will go to say the score, look at the person, say the score again, and then hit the ball. Now, when I hit my shots, I get those corner shots. Perfect. It's so fast, misses people. And there's some days I can get it 2, 3, 4, and 5 times playing throughout the day, like maybe 6 games, and maybe 3 and 4 times, if I'm lucky, really lucky, 4 in one game. So, excuse me, people say when she gets that shot, she gets that shot. When she misses it, she misses. But when she gets that shot, and I purposely practice each and every game to try to get that shot. So, because I can get that shot so quickly, so fast, certain men, mostly, the women at times will too, but men mostly get really upset. And it's like, oh, you didn't wait for me to be ready. Oh, you're cheating. Oh, you did that serve wrong. They come up with everything, and then they tell me I have to redo it, and you're going back and forth with people. So at times I'll redo it, and I'll get the shot again. So once you get to the second or third time, they can't continue. They stop with their argument. But I've had experiences. So with this old man, Wayne, he's called me a bitch because I didn't put the ball in his hand. You know, I'm the little nigga, so I must do what my slave master for the day says. And it gets to a point where I get irritated by this, where I feel that people feel they have a right to be my parent or my slave master. Most of all, my slave master, because the way that they yell at me, the way they order me around. But there's a thing with men that it's just a thing of like, well, people are intimidated by you. There's a lot of people intimidated by you. So if I walk into the room, people say your presence disturbs people's demons. Your presence disturbs people's dicks because you ain't bending over and letting everybody F you because they feel like it or treat you like shit like they feel like it. I'm not supposed to stand up for myself. And quite honestly and truthfully, the few times that I've stood up for myself, like I've said to people, I don't really think I've stood up for myself. I think I left a part of me that it's been walked all over, if not almost raped. I don't feel in any way, shape, or form that I've stood up for myself. I think I let a part of myself be beat down horribly before I actually stood up and did something. And I'm getting to the point I'm not doing that anymore. And I'm not going to feel bad that I stood up for me, that I didn't let people harm me and hurt me. I'm sorry, but too bad. So my mind doesn't think of getting a gun and using a gun in any way, shape, or form. In a spiritual realm, it sees me chopping people's heads off, chopping their dicks off, me like them demon hunters. That's what I see. Because in the spiritual world, it's a friggin' free for all. People could do anything they want. I've had so many experiences lately, people can do anything they want, almost even more than this human world, this flesh pot existence world. People could do whatever they want in that plane. I've experienced some things. So, the miracle. So I'm telling you a long story. I can't say when people do that, they do these long stories, like get to the point already. Why'd you call it the miracle? Come on, make it fit the title. I'm gonna make it fit the title. So this horror show of humanity, which I call people, horror show of humanity, Wayne, is bothering me, screaming at me, and I don't want to play with the guy. I don't want him as my partner. I don't want him as my opponent because I should not have to stand on the other side of the court. And when some man gets angry with me, they're screaming at me. I don't see them do that to these white women, not in any way, shape, or form. And most black people that come and play pickleball, they're passive. They're passive. They're like Uncle Toms. They'll turn against me also, or they'll run around the room like, run, Forrest, run. You don't see anything, Forrest. You run. Get out of the room so you're not responsible to help out and be a man and support people. Run, Forrest, run. So this guy's screaming at me. And I've learned when he's done it, and Tom has done it, and Steve has done it, then Gustavo's gonna do it, and Alan's gonna do it, and the next person, nah. Y'all ain't sitting here. I ain't being a fucking bitch for y'all motherfuckers to think you would. And Ellis is doing it, and I'm gonna sit there for y'all motherfuckers to sit there and shit on me. But they feel that they got a right to talk to women nastily, verbally abusive. When I say verbally abusive, I mean just that. And they have a right to treat a woman, demean a woman. Nah. And just as a woman in general, one woman should be saying to another man, that you don't treat any woman like that. Who are you to do that? Some of the women, they'll become little bitches, and they'll start yelling at you also. So like I said, one, where how many other people in there? 10, 5, 20, and that one person can stand there and still take the shit. Because first of all, you're supposed to be just saying like, I'm not going to go too off task, but my point is simply, people are cowards. They're cowardly people because they will not stand up for helping somebody out when wrong is happening. Why do you teach children to speak up? Why do you teach children to befriend someone and not let harm come to them? Because adults do it all the time. They do it all the time. They're hypocrites. Teachers are hypocrites. Not all, but most of them. What they're teaching, they themselves aren't even doing. They're not even doing that. And I've worked as a teacher. I've worked as a teacher before, and I've been bullied. And another woman she's worked as a teacher's assistant, she was saying how you go to school and people are going to bully you in school. Grown adults are bullying you in school. And she's repeating my very words. How is it you end up getting bullied in school and you're not bothering them? You leave them alone and still they're gonna come bully you. People gotta come give you orders, tell you what to do. They become your slave master for the day. And so, or your parent for the day. Who are you? What gives you the right to do this? And administrative and people don't do anything. They don't care. It's probably their best buds. They're the ones that are treating you badly. And another thing she said, people don't take responsibility for the shit that they've done. They have done stuff from the time you were in grade school to high school, and they don't take responsibility. They seem like they're such innocent, sweet, loving people. But that's another story. So the man's yelling on me, telling me that I did not serve. Wait for him to stop to serve the ball to him. He's done this more than once. I do not want to play with someone on the other side of the court that they're screaming and yelling at me, and what they're saying is not true. The guy, Ellis, he happens to be a Spanish man, Puerto Rican, Hispanic from Brazil, Puerto Rico, I don't know. But my point is, basically, I think it was Puerto Rico. But my point is, he comes in there, he stops the game, and he'll start screaming at you, and I do mean screaming, and then verbally abusive. I'm not going to play with you more. I'm not going to play with you anymore. Bernard, these are grown-ass adults, and I'm turning to other men. My partner, did he just say he's not going to play with me anymore? He goes, yeah, I thought it was funny. That sounds funny. And people are laughing at him. But his friends are still his friends. Those other men still support him. Nobody says anything. You see a grown-ass man yelling at some woman abusively, and he gonna tell you, I'm not gonna play with you anymore? Who are you? Why nobody trying to be somebody in my world? And then when you get nasty, you gonna turn away and not have any conversation with me and make believe you don't see me and play around with a whole bunch of other women. Dude, I didn't say I wanted to just get on my knees and suck your dick. I might have said I want to cut it off like Lorena Bobbitt. But no, what makes you think you're so special? I mean, seriously, you're not going to play with me anymore? I've had people upstate New York do that to me. They aren't going to play. Women say that. Men say that. Don't play with me. So don't play with me. And they walk off the court. Bye. And they'll be like, she don't want to play no more. No. The African American woman of brown skin, she wasn't going to be your nigga for the day. That's what I said I'm not going to do. So no, honey, you walked off the court. I just followed because there's nobody there playing. I've got to wait till the next game to play. So back to the miracle. So a librarian that I work with I used to work with her at two schools, but at one of the schools, she is the librarian and she plays pickleball. So she was seeing Wayne when he was yelling at me about what the rule is and what I need to do, and accusing me of stuff that you didn't wait for me to get ready to serve the ball. And he walked over to one of the men who he puts his arm on their shoulder to demean them. And he's talking to them like he's the superior and look up the rule of what it means. And so once people are talking about me indirectly, I walk up to them and said, first of all, I didn't do, and I let them know how I feel. So it becomes an argument because the nigga bitch ain't supposed to, she ain't supposed to talk back. I'm the big dick. They the big dick. She just a nigga bitch. What makes the nigga bitch think she can stand up to the big dicks? Nah, baby doll. Nah. I think not. No, thank you. So it ends up being back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And then the woman says to me, the librarian, and her husband is a security guard. She says to me, what's going on here? Like, how did this all happen? So I told her how it happened. Because she looks at me shocked as I'm telling her that this is not the first time Wayne is treating me like this. And this is verbal abuse. And a lot of these men do this. So between Wednesday and today, Friday, I'm letting her know a lot of the different things that these men do and how the men at this particular facility have come at me verbally abusive. So in turn from there, because I've stood up to different ones of these men, that I become the bad guy. Even if they're wrong, I become the bad guy. So I'm telling her this, and she's like, I don't think they see it that way, and people don't want to get involved. Then don't play adult sports if you're going to allow a man to stop a game or during a game to make demeaning remarks and tell me what to do. So the guy Wayne, I go to my Team Reach and I see I have a message from Wayne. And the message from Wayne, um, he wants me to meet up with him. For me to meet up with him so that we can discuss. And what did I do with this? Tell me I didn't delete it, please. I probably did. What did I do? Oh, did I delete this thing? No. Wayne wants me to meet up with him and talk to him about what's been going on between the two of us. And again, I'm not sure why these people think there's something going on. There's some kind of relationship happening here. Because there's too many times I'm playing pickleball and these men come off like, what the fuck? Who the hell? There's no intimacy between us. Ugh, just some scumbucket off the street, as far as I'm concerned, that decided to talk to me, and all I did was just be nice, just civilly nice. That's it. But people start giving me orders, and I'm supposed to do. Hell no, y'all are fucking demons. Y'all are adverse force. Why would I have anything to do with y'all? Are you seriously kidding me? It's brand enough I can play pickleball with you. I'm playing because it's a sport. But once you get out of line, I pull myself away. I do not want any parts of people, but yet you still keep coming, and that's when I'm like, why do these people keep trying to hump my leg? Why are they in heat and they keep trying to hump my leg? Because I'm not in heat, but they seem to be. But go hump somebody else's leg. Don't hump mine. Leave me the hell alone. But no, you keep bothering. So basically, people will say, well, you do carry yourself a certain way. And so people are intimidated by that. And so therefore, so because they're intimidated because I don't look like some nigga bitch and I don't act like some nigga bitch and I'm not scared of them. Therefore, and I stand up to them when they try to demean me or put me down. Oh, I'm the problem. And so it's okay for other men to treat me nastily also. Because I noticed today, I stopped in the middle. I said, hold on to someone, stopped in the middle of the game and went over to go talk to a friend that came in. And the guy, the Mexican guy, starts screaming at me. Call him G. He go, you can't do that. You can't. And I made so, honey, you ain't treating the Blancos like that. Because I have to say something, honey. I don't want to hold it. Because all this time I'm seeing where people sitting here think they have a right to demean me. So the guy Wayne sends me a message on Team Reach. Would you be willing to have a conversation with me? No one benefits from a contentious setting. He's the one who's giving a contentious setting. Any man verbally attack me, even physically, gonna attack me in a room full of people. It could even be me, just me and them. I'm not backing down, and I've told people I'm not backing down. I'm sorry. I'm not bothering you. You come and bother me, and you think you must defecate on me, and I must sit there and say, "Hey, thank you. I'm so glad you noticed me today." I don't care if you don't notice me. I come in the place. I try to stay to myself. People I don't like or I feel don't like me, I get away from them. I have no interaction with them whatsoever. My mother said, try to stay far away from the devil, but I'm not leaving every room. I'm not leaving every place. I am tired that people think that they can treat me however they want. No, it doesn't work and it's not happening. It's not acceptable for me in any way, shape, or form. They have no right to treat me in that manner. And I think people who think that they should get away with the things that they've done, no, they should not. Not in any shape or form, especially when it's someone you keep coming after, keep coming after, keep coming after a person, and you have no right to do that. So I'm not having any meeting. That man's a demon. What do I look like? I'm gonna actually sit down with him. I don't break bread with my enemies. Oh, hell to the no. There's nothing for me to gain. I'm not losing anything. These people, I'm past that state. I'm playing pickleball. I'm gonna still play the game. Now, those other people who are there that he's disturbing their peace, like I told them, you didn't like what took place. You should have intervened within it. Y'all are cowardly people because you do absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. And y'all are men watching another man verbally abuse women. The guy the guy who I said was Puerto Rican or whatever nationality he was, he used to dog that woman every single time. And the husband was right there when he be dogging her. No way in hell. No way in hell. But that's another story. So who are these men to come scream at you? And it's a game. It's a social game. No one should be screaming at you. There's a social game. People are not there to do what you want. You don't like someone kicking the balls, you don't play with them. You don't like someone, you think someone should come over across the court, put the ball in your hand, too bad for you. No, No, those aren't part of the rules. Those aren't part of the rules at all. So when Wayne is bothering me on Wednesday, and he would bother me a few other times or scream at me other times also, the librarian and her husband were there. She started to intervene, and she's like, "You need to stop this. We're playing a game. We're trying to have fun. Let's continue." I didn't continue saying something to him, but I wasn't going to back down from the guy. You're sitting here talking about me, and you're telling a lie. And I said to him, "You don't even serve the ball properly yourself. When you're playing pickleball, you're not hitting a ball from up here. He has his paddle up, he throws the ball up, and he hits it down. You're supposed to hit you serve below your waist. The ball and the paddle should be somewhat below your waist, and you drop the ball, or you hold it in your hand and then you hit it over to the other side." So he's doing an illegal serve. But he tells everybody he's the best player. He corrects everybody. He coaches everybody. He tells them what he wants. One of the other women said he called her a bitch. Some young girl, some other female said that he's been flirting with them since they were teenagers and he's an old man. So people don't put a stop to it. Nah, 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 nah. When people start treating me, there's a guy, Steve, who was screaming and hollering at me too many times. Also, he was the one who was bothering me about my serve. You all do not have a right to scream on me and think you're my slave master and I must do what you say do. Nah, nah, nah. So at any rate, he's created the contention. The woman who is the librarian, she approached me first and said, "Oh, Wayne sent a message to my husband and I, and he asked us to support him in calling the police because I said I was going to bring a gun, and he was making it seem like I was going to go out to the parking lot or to the facility and shoot people, and I need to call the police and file charges against her." And a simple story of, I told them the woman had said she didn't want to hear any, she hoped she didn't hear any explosions in the parking lot. And to me, I said, why would she say that to me? Because I'm a person of color. If I was a white person, would she be saying that? It seems kind of prejudiced. But I said from there to the woman, I'm not that type of person. I would fight. I'm not going to shoot somebody. I'm not bringing a gun. I would sooner use my fists. So people overheard the conversation and took what little pieces they wanted to. And I don't even think they misread or misinterpreted. They took what they wanted to piece together to form evil, demonocracy, to cause me a problem. Thank God that that woman was there, because her husband said she didn't say anything about a gun. She didn't say anything about a gun in any way, shape, or form. And their thing was, when I was talking to her, the librarian, she said that most everyone has a gun in their car living here in the country. I said, I don't have a gun in my car. What would I need a gun for? I don't have a gun in my car, so I don't come with that. And like I said, none of these people are that important to me in any way, shape, or form that I need to use a gun where they're concerned. I'd much rather use my fists. I ain't shooting up a building. I'm gonna punch your ass in the face, but I'm not gonna shoot up any building. You start a fight with me, you step to me a certain way. Nah, baby doll. Nah, nah, nah. So she basically said that he was trying to convince them to go on their side against me. And she said, you started the argument with her and you kept on going. Even the husband said, no, I disagree with what you're saying. You're in the wrong. Who are you? The husband and wife are both saying, you have no business speaking to a woman in that fashion. And what she's saying you're doing, and basically being verbally abusive, she's right. You don't do that to people. This is a game. Everybody came to have fun. Nobody wants to be bothered with all this. So I'm sorry, those other people who they don't like it that I stood up to Wayne, the big dick, big daddy in the place, that everybody lets them. No, he's sitting there demeaning y'all. Y'all's too stupid to do anything about it because you want to keep the peace. Nah, you do that. You be the coward that you are. I'm gonna be the person I am. I'm not allowing it. I'm not having it. And because they see one man verbally attack me, then the other ones are going to join in too. Nope. Nope. I lose respect for certain things people do. Sorry. Nope. 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 And they think like, oh, we're gonna go play at so-and-so's house. We're gonna play at P's house. Good for you. The summer's over, the season's over with. The one girl that everybody likes, so you don't invite me, honey, please. This isn't grade school. I don't care. I ain't begging people to be my friend. Are you seriously kidding me? I coexist with people. I mean, are you seriously kidding me? I told them, I played upstate. I came down here to get some more exercise to play because I got to go to work and my storage unit is right down the road. So I'm doing multitasking, doing one thing more than one thing at the same time. Do I really care if you don't play with me? Who the hell are you? You are nobody in my world. I don't care. I could care less. Oh, you're hurting my poor feelings. They didn't invite me to come and have eat with them at the diner. I feel so bad. They like, who are you? Who are you? Some king or queen of Narnia? The second coming of Jesus Christ? Some celebrity? Are you kidding me? This is like child's play. Child's play. What is wrong with people? Ugh. Whatever, folks. Whatever. That makes you're a dick. Get ejaculated and hard. Good for you. And your titties. Good for you. Because like I said, people, they gotta hold their balls and rub their titties. They gotta feel good about themselves because you got some dominance. You think you can dominate me. You know, your friends are coming to your house to play pickleball. Oh wow. And they didn't invite her. I was invited a year ago and I didn't go. I'm not interested. Thank you very much. But no, thank you. Appreciate it. But no, thank you. No. So this man Wayne is getting these people to help support him. And end of the day, the woman didn't say that they were bad mouthing me. They said they were bad mouthing Wayne. She gets complaints all the time about Wayne. She didn't say she got complaints about me. Wayne offered, she was the reason why Wayne probably sent you that message is because after he spoke to my husband and I, he basically felt, hey, I don't have it, no one supporting me. Nobody's, coming down, to march against her and get the police to go after her. And, yeah, you ain't my neighbor. My neighbor tried that shit. Somebody was sucking his dick. He was sucking somebody's dick. They got rid. That they did that shit. But still, I'll pry and pry. God, sorry, y'all didn't take care of them people in this lifetime. Then you lied to me. You seriously lied to me because you got me out here being attacked by people. You ain't doing nothing. Lord, angels, hey, y'all folks are lying, and I don't like being lied to. So at any rate, the miracle was the librarian and her husband, the security guard, that they saw what was happening and they understood what I was saying to them. And when I told the librarian, her boy Steve, and how her boy Steve was acting, he was real quiet and he was real nice. And she's like, Steve? Oh no. Steve, see, people, when you care about certain people, you don't want them to know about that other side of your personality. And I said, you don't believe me? Ask this one, ask that one. They were in the room when he was verbally abusive to me. And when they were in the room, he left, I spoke to them and said, not one of y'all did anything. And the Asian woman said, well, people come off nice. Yeah, that's a facade. That's not, they show you the other, they're not showing you the other side of their personality. So oh my gosh. So before the game was over with, he tells the librarian, Steve tells the librarian friend to wait. She waited. He wanted her to wait because he wanted to go talk to her. And I can still hear what he's saying. What is wrong with these people? You're saying to them, where I'm right here. I can hear every word you're saying about me. I can hear, well, not every, but I hear most of it. And he goes, well, I heard her talking to you. And what did she say to you? What did she say to you? And she said, like, listen, I'm not talking about this right now. She says, I'll text you later. That's her friend. That's all right. If our friend wants to talk to her and straighten out what I said. But I said, I want you to know, Steve changed his nasty little bitch ass attitude where verbally abusive self. He wasn't being verbally abusive like he was before Wednesday and Monday. He wasn't doing all that verbal abuse, what he did a year ago to me, because you were here. And I'm thankful that you were here. I thank you. She goes, you don't have to thank me. Yes, I do. Because the people I know, they don't stand up for right's sake. They watch a woman be beat down and they make believe they don't see. They continue like nothing happens, or they run out the room so they don't say they heard no evil, they see no evil, they speak no evil, and they can make it seem like they're not a part of it. And they're such a good person, such a wonderful, good human being. You're right, right. Sounds good. You think everybody's gonna believe that crap? Because I sure as hell don't, that's for sure. And I see somebody, oh my gosh, somebody who's actually on here. What? What? This thing is not, what is it saying? Can you give me BF and I advice? Can you give my boyfriend and I advice? Advice about what? Who's this? This is interesting. This must be something funny, but whatever. I'm gonna finish my story here. So, all right. So the thing about it is that I'm saying is what the man was doing was wrong. She held him accountable. Because she held him accountable, he decided to send me a message. I'm not doing anything meeting with this man in any way, shape, or form. There's no way I'm meeting with him. Once a demon, always a demon. I'm having absolutely nothing to do with him. No way, shape, or form. But I'm thankful to her that after 4 years almost playing pickleball, somebody stood up for right's sake. And she says, hey, that's the right thing to do. Whether it's the right thing to do or not, most of society does not do that. Most of society does not in the world I live in, not in the states I've been to, not in the experiences that I have. But I'm going to still stand up for myself. And I'm not backing down. And I tell people that I'm not backing down. And all you're doing is helping me grow. That's all you're doing is helping me. If you wanted to see me fail, your best bet would not have been to bother me, because all you're doing is helping me grow and be a stronger individual. So I'm going to leave it at that. And yes, when a person does stand up for you and for right's sake, you do thank them for it, because not everybody shows up. Not everybody is going to see what the reality of the experience. And she also said that was the reason why Wayne did not come that day to the pickleball today. He didn't come at all because he wasn't getting a support network. But again, people, you're going to blame me because you lost your fun? No, 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 no. People playing pickleball with me, they're going to be nasty to me because I disturbed your peace. You're disturbing my peace when you bother me and forcing me to laugh at your stupidity. You're disturbing my peace when you allow this person to even treat me that way. I don't appreciate it. So again, a miracle happened today. Thank you, Lord. And like I said to her, and when you go home, thank your husband for me too, please. And because you stood up and you kept your ground, people are changing their attitude and their nastiness. And that is the lesson for the day. Because if God's going to call you and or people are going to call you and what do you call people? They're earth angels, or they're the catalyst, or they're the, what other names do they call people? Uh, Basically, where you're the mirror. You're the mirror. And there is a lesson for people to learn in that experience. When woman playing to me, a woman talking to her about pickleball, she actually switched it around. She says, no, you have the wrong idea things. The lesson is for you to ignore that. No, honey, other people say it the reverse. The lesson is for other people to learn and treat people better. Her friends, her little clan, her little clique, that she says, well, no, they're not treating people better. They're treating people nastily and they're getting away with it. But like I said, I have numerous experiences that I've had playing pickleball in almost 4 years. And I am going to write a book, and I'm definitely putting it on YouTube, because people should not have to go through these experiences, especially playing recreational games. It's a social game. You're not even paying money for it. This is not a tournament, and people do not deserve to be verbally abused by other people that they're not even disturbing them in any way, shape, or form. Until next time, this is just another version of Just Not Politically Correct.